Peace, 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 peace. All right. I hope you guys are having a phenomenal day, morning, night, wherever you are. Okay, right now it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. I wanted to do this video real quick and talk about the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. Okay. Um, Pretty much we all have desires, right? We all want something from life. And what you have to understand is we have been programmed a certain way. And in order to get those desires that you seek, it may be you want to lose weight, it may be you want to increase your income, it may be you want better, healthier relationships. You will have to start reprogramming your subconscious mind. Now, the subconscious mind, it accepts whatever it is that you put into it. It does not know fantasy from reality. So, say for instance, if you want to lose weight, right? You may have this complex, right, of yourself. Maybe when you was growing up, you had heard things like you was a reject. Maybe you had heard things like you was stupid, you was a failure. And what you probably often did was turn to food for comfort. And turning to food for comfort, it made you feel better. Okay. And so you have this belief in your subconscious mind that you are a failure, you're a reject. Maybe you was called fat when you was a kid. And because you have that implanted in your subconscious mind. Remember, the subconscious mind does not know fantasy from reality. Everything that we tend to have learned was based upon our programming, based upon our environment. So, in order for you to start seeing yourself, because you would see a lot of people who have lost weight, they lose the weight, but then they revert back to that same image what they have in their subconscious mind. I remember I had heard somebody say, and I believe it was 19 Keys, who said that if you have a self-image of a fat person, you're going to continuously be fat, right? You have to change that subconscious programming. Another thing that I noticed for myself was that I had this image before that I had to work hard for money, right? Often result in me working so many hours doing Uber. I also had a self image that I had to be told what to do, right? And that's what made me stay at jobs where as though that was the only way I thought, because that's where my consciousness was. Your consciousness, the conscious mind is the thinking mind, is the intellect. So my conscious mind basically was that I have to stay here at this job because that was the programming, because that's what people who was a part of my environment may have said or installed in my programming. That's what I seen. I remember one day after my meditation, actually it was a book, okay? And this book is, one second. So this book is The Mystic Path to Cosmic Power. I came upon this book because I was listening to Bob Proctor. Okay, so if you guys been watching my videos, you know I talk about Bob Proctor wholeheartedly. Okay, that was the first person that really taught me in a way where as though I could start understanding, right? Like the subconscious mind, the conscious mind, and I could start understanding why I do some of the things I do, right? It caused me to start studying myself, right? And so when I heard Bob Proctor mention this book, I immediately, and Bob Proctor was part of The Secret, okay? I immediately brought the book, okay? The Mystic Path to Cosmic Power. I remember I was reading this book, and some of the things that I had put out into the universe was that I desire happiness, peace, and money. Okay? Happiness, peace, and money. And sometimes we don't know how we gonna get those things, right? Whether it's a certain amount of money, whether it is a certain type of relationship. But one thing I could assure you, if you change yourself, everything is going to change. And so what I started doing was I started studying every day. Okay. And it's not about if I want to or if I want to or not. It's about me desiring results that I never had before. See, the cave that you are afraid to enter into, which is where or your potential lies, you are afraid to enter into it because you have the programming playing over and over and over again. And instead of you doing something different, you keep on doing the same exact thing each and every day. What I seen in my life was now I wake up early, okay? I challenge myself more, okay, through me studying, right? And it's not that I'm not faced with fear, okay, because I am faced with fear. And this is also what you have to understand because it's so many times people stop doing the things that they say they desire, whatever it may be. They don't do them because they are faced with fear, because they are so conditioned in the programming that's in a subconscious mind that they think is really them, but it's really not, is a program. They think that's who they are. And so if you don't do different, you get no different. You could try doing things and say why the results, why is not working. The reason it's not working is because you did not change the programming. You did not change your subconscious mind. You did not do the thing, okay, that you was called to do. Okay? Now, say for instance, if you like, well, I want to make 10 million, okay? It's not about if you know how to make it. That's not your business, how to make it. Some people may say, well, I want to lose the weight, right? I want to make the money. I want the relationship. You have to decide, is it really what you want? And if it's really what you want, it doesn't matter what your outside world is looking like. You are going to continuously show up, and that's where faith comes in, because is perseverance, where as though is going, and persistence what's going to keep you going and keep faith. Sometimes you have to bid on something bigger than yourself. Okay. And if you doing the same exact thing each and every day, if you gossiping, honey, those the seeds that you planting, that's what you're gonna manifest. So sometimes you may be like, well, why is not working? Why is not working? Because all your energy is going into something else. If you say somebody else don't deserve to have whatever it is that they have, guess what? That's what you put in out into the universe. And the universe, those the seeds that you are planting. The universe, it does not know. The subconscious mind, it does not know fantasy or reality. So if you say, well, say for instance, you see a person and they slim, right? And maybe you want to be slim, but you're not there yet. Instead of you saying, this person may have had surgery, or this person think they all of that. Instead of you saying those things, it should inspire you. Whether the person has surgery or not, that has absolutely positively nothing to do with you. Okay? It's about how you see yourself. And so the cave that you are afraid to enter, that's where all your desires are. And so you're going to have to enter into that cave, and you're going to have to study yourself, and you're going to have to start reprogramming. Okay? And you have the ability to do so. You have the ability to do so. I read, You know, I used to have this image of myself that I wasn't that smart because the way society or the school system wanted me to be smart at, certain things, whether it was, math a certain way or whatever it was. Okay, I started applying what I'm good at. Okay. And what I'm good at is studying myself. That's the best. Listen, when you study yourself, you get to know how other people are. That's the phenomenal part, because experience. One of the things, or a few things Bob Proctor talks about, he says we have higher faculties. And the higher faculties is perception, reasoning, memory, will, intuition, and imagination. And if you use those higher faculties, okay, as opposed to using smell, touch, feel, taste, or whatever, what we've been programmed to use, you will see that you are more powerful than what you actually see yourself as. All the answers are within. But sometimes you have to go back. And in the words of Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart, one of the things he said, sometimes you got to lose your mind to come to your senses. The part of you that you're like, I know I could get more, I could have more. But you keep settling. You keep settling because you're so comfortable where you are. And although you don't care to be where you are, is the program, and you're so comfortable to stay there. So what you have to start understanding is that, in another book, The Alchemist, when you follow your heart, the universe will conspire to work in your favor. See, you don't trust the process because for whatever reason, maybe you've been lied to a lot as a child. One of the things I had got from Aaron Dowdy, he's a YouTuber. One of the things he said was, a lot of times the people who raised us, our caregivers, our parents, we associate them or we look at them as the same image as God, because they're the ones who teach us about faith or beliefs and things of that nature. And what you have to understand is that our caregivers and parents, they did the best that they knew how to do, but they not sourced. And you have to understand that. There is something powerful that is waiting for you. That only if you step into your greatness will you ever be able to achieve what you say you want. And you don't have to have all the answers. You just have to decide. If you say you want your life to be better, you just decide. And no matter what the outside world is showing you, you're not going based upon what you hear, taste, smell, feel, touch. You're going based upon your higher faculties. Do you have the ability to have a better life? Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you have the ability to have vitality and be healthy? Absolutely. Do you have the ability to have wealth? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because if one person was able to do it, you're no different. You can do it too. But you have to believe. And when those times become difficult or challenging, you have to understand you good. That is just something that's showing up. But you have the ability to achieve whatever it is that you say you want to achieve. And with that being said, I hope you guys got something from this. Okay. Make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.